Good afternoon and welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report with Hofstra Women's Golf Coach Maren Crowley. Welcome back to the show, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a long off season since we've done our last show back in the fall. Just tell me, what does the golf team do during the winter months to stay prepared?
Well, there's not much we can do with the weather, but try to make the most of it. The girls work with a trainer, so they work obviously on strength and conditioning, a lot of golf-specific workouts that they do, stretching. We have an indoor hitting area that they use in putting green, which is very helpful. A lot of the girls also, they are from cold weather states, but they do have indoor facilities at home that they use when they're away for January break. But we've actually been pretty lucky that we got to start using the range around here come February, early March, because we've had such a mild winter, so that has definitely helped out.
Yes, the mild winter is definitely going to be a help. Now, spring is here. Season starts this coming weekend. You're at the C&F Bank Invitational down in Williamsburg, Virginia, hosted by conference foe William & Mary, at a pretty prestigious course, the Kingsmill. LPGA is coming there in September, I believe, for their championship. So, what are your thoughts on the upcoming tournament?
Well, we've never played at this golf course. The men actually played it last year. So that's going to be a challenge for us, not knowing the golf course. Usually, even if the girls are, say, freshmen or sophomores and they've never been there before, at least I have, so I have my own notes. So unfortunately, we don't have that. It is a very competitive tournament. Obviously, we have our own conference competitors in it, as well as some from the Ivy League. St. John's will be there. So definitely tough competition for the first one out. And also, the thing is it's all Bermuda grass down there. So the girls aren't used to playing on that, and sometimes the greens can be pretty challenging to read because you have the grain. And so that's something that I'm hoping that my knowledge of playing and practicing on that will help them out a little bit, reading the greens.
Okay, this tournament starts Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, 3 rounds. First time out of the gate for the spring. Are you worried at all about the conditioning of your team to play 3 rounds?
A little bit, but I think it's a good practice for them because with CAAs, it's 3 rounds. And usually, we've played in 54-hole tournaments before, aside from CAAs, but usually what they do is 36 and 18. So I'm not too concerned because they played 54-hole events, but this will be a test of the mental game, staying positive and staying, in the moment for those 3 days. And not to mention, it's a long drive down there, so your back can get a little tight. And not only that, having the same 6 people around one another for 4 days in a row in a van can be a little challenging. But I'm very confident. They're very excited to play. They're excited to get out there. So I'm pretty positive about it.
A couple of days of practice before the tournament starts. Do you have a lineup in mind yet, or is it still being worked out on the practice course?
Pretty much, it's solidified. I'll have Jenna at 1, Marielle at 2, Lauren at 3, Cynthia at 4, and Erica at 5. So, that's based off of how they've done in the fall, how they're doing right now, in the spring, and just kind of how certain people don't like to, they don't fit as well in the first slot because there's a lot of pressure. So we just kind of flip it around, and hopefully it'll work. Usually after the first round, they repair them anyway, depending on how the score is, but that's what we're going into this weekend with.
All right, well, best of luck this weekend at
Thank
the
you.
C&F Bank Invitational, and we'll see you next week here
Awesome.
on the WB Mason Coaches Report. Thank you for joining us.